Hello, my name is Alex, and today we will be looking at another type of loop, which is the for each loop. The for each loop is a special type of loop that can be used to iterate through a collection of items. What does this mean? For example, you can tell the for each loop to loop through all active workbooks or through the active sheets or through a range of cells, for example. In our case, we are going to do two examples with these loops so you can understand more or less how it works. In this first example, what we are going to do is we are going to iterate through all the sheets in this specific workbook, and what we are going to do with them is to get the name that they have. So we can do this by writing for each. Then here you have to specify the variable that we hold the properties of that item in the collection. So let's say we want the variable to be called worksheet info. And then you have to tell it which is the collection that you want to loop through. In this case, we are going to say that we want to loop through the worksheets. Okay? And then you have to write next and the variable that you're using in the for each. In this case is this one. This can be, for example, in our case, combined with the statement, so that we are actually looping through the sheets of the workbook that is executing the macro. So we can do this with the with application dot this workbook. We write the end with, and we put here the dot. And to get the name, it's very simple. You just have to write, well, we can do it with the debug print. And to get the name of a worksheet, it's the property known as code name. Okay? So if we now execute this, you will see sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. Okay? Okay, now for this next example, what we're going to do is we're going to get all these cells, for example, from A1 to G, well, to F10, and we want to make them all with an interior color of red, for example. And we can do this very easily by, for example, we're going to change the variable name. So instead of the worksheet info, we want to store the cell info. And we're going to tell him to do cell info interior.color equals Visual Basic red. Okay? And instead of looping in the worksheets, we're going to loop in a specific range that in our case is going to be from A1. And a new thing that we have here, if you write just this, it will do just this A1 cell, that is what we did up until now. But if you fill in the second argument, in this case we want it up until F10, this will get all these cells. Okay, so this is another use of the range parameter. And another argument that we need here is to tell him that we want specifically to be done in the sheet of index 1, which will be the sheet that is in the first position in our Excel file. In this case, it will be the sheet number 1. Or you can write worksheet and the name of the sheet directly. So if we now execute this, as you can see, all the cells that we specified have been filled with a red color. So the for each loop, as well as the most of the other loops that we've seen, can be exit prematurely if you want for any reason. If, for example, you write the exit for statement. Okay, so if you want to actually see this example, technically it should only fill the A1, and because then it reaches the exit 4, it shouldn't fill any more cells. Okay, so this is basically the for each loop. This is the type of things that you can do with it, and it's specifically used just to loop through a collection of items. So yeah, that's basically all the things that you need to know for a start for this type of loop that we have just seen. And yeah, that's it.